Everybody loves a good deal, right? That discount TV, that flight you booked on an impulse, or that TikTok ad screaming, "Only 2 hours left." All of this feels like you're saving money. Today, we're breaking down the hidden costs of good deals and why the short-term bargain ends up costing way more in the long run. Let's talk about it. When you see phrases like flash sale, limited time only, or only one left in stock, your brain lights up like Vegas on a Friday night. That's not by accident. Stores use the psychology of scarcity to essentially trick you. We fear missing out more than we enjoy saving money. It taps into our survival brain. It feels like if we don't act now, we'll lose something extremely important and we'll lose it forever. A perfect example of this is Black Friday. Do people need 3 flat screen TVs? No, but the timer runs out, the deal expires, all your logic goes out the window. That's FOMO at work. Fear of missing out convinces you that buying something now is smarter than asking yourself if you really need it. And that regret usually shows up when the credit card bill does. Okay, let's talk about what most people don't see, and that's the costs beyond the price tag. So first, let's talk about the free trial trap. You're up for a free month of streaming? Great. Until you forget that you've signed up for it and you're hit with $15 every month for a service that you barely use. That's me and Crunchyroll. Or even think of printers for my adults. You can get one for $50, but then, set of ink costs more than the actual printer itself did, and then, all your ink decides to disappear and you need to buy one in 3 milliseconds. Then there's maintenance and longevity. So a $300 bargain washer may look like a win until it breaks after 3 years and costs $200 to fix it. Meanwhile, the $700 washer that lasts 10 plus years with half your water bill, one looks cheap, the other is cheap. Big difference. And also, don't forget the opportunity cost. Every time you drop $200 on random deals, that's not just $200 gone. If you had invested that money in the S&P 500 instead, 20 years later, it could be over $900. That's just an example. I know that's really, something a lot of the finance gurus like to say, but just an example. I'm not saying to invest all of your money and never spend anything. So here's something that we never see on the price tag, and it might be a little controversial. But the environmental and human cost beyond the price tag. So fast fashion is the biggest culprit of this, or at least one of the biggest culprits. That $5 t-shirt, it might have taken 700 gallons of water to make before ending up in a landfill within months. Fashion alone makes up around 10% of global emissions. And then there's planned obsolescence. Your phone, that $20 blender, those cheap headphones that weren't just low quality, they were built to fail faster, so you can buy another one. And let's be real, if something is suspiciously cheap, it's often because someone else, somewhere in the supply chain, is paying the real cost. This is either with low wages, unsafe labor conditions, or basically anything similar to that. The bargain that you pay comes out of someone else's pocket. So, keeping up with the same theme, money isn't the only cost. Let's talk about time and energy. Ever take on a cheap DIY project only to realize that you need $100 worth of tools and over 12 hours of your weekend? That's a deal that steals your time. Or nightmare returns. That $30 knockoff gadget dies in 2 weeks. You spend 3 hours emailing support, you put on hold for the next 55 minutes, and then you gotta repackage it and ship it off and pay more. Was that $30 really worth your Saturday? Also, don't overlook clutter cost. Impulse deals pile up in your home. Trust me, I'm very aware of this. Unused gadgets, cheap clothes, random knickknacks, all of this junk that sits around your apartment, sits around your house, creates stress, takes up storage, eventually costs even more when you have to sort it, store it, or dump it. So, how do you protect yourself from falling into these hidden cost traps? Firstly, I would suggest the rule of 3. Before buying, you want to pause and ask yourself, do I really need it? Do I need it right now? And is there a better or more sustainable alternative worth saving money for? If the answer to any of these is no, probably don't need it. The second thing you can do is to do something called the life cycle cost analysis. Don't just look at the sticker price. You want to factor in energy use, repairs, average lifespan, disposal costs, and like that. For example, that $900 fridge that lasts 15 years often beats the $500 one that dies within 5 years. And apply this to everything, and just thinking about the product as a whole and the entire life cycle cost of it will help you make some decisions. Finally, you can also prioritize value over price. The lowest price and the best value are not the same thing. A $120 pair of durable shoes that last 5 years is better value than $30 sneakers buying it every year. Food for thought. So, marketers want you to focus on the sticker price, but every deal has hidden costs, and when you add them up, the bargain often costs way more than buying quality from the initial start. What's the takeaway of this? Stop chasing short-term discounts. Start chasing long-term value and financial freedom. Here's a question for you. What's the worst deal you've ever bought that turned out to be a money pit? Drop it in the comments. I want to know your story. My answer would probably be my car. There's so many things wrong with it right now, and at a certain point, the value of it is just in the shitter, and you can't justify putting any more money into it. That would be story. If you found this video eye-opening, hit like, subscribe, and comment for more financial literacy, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.